RadioOnFire.com, yours truly, Diamond K, in here. Thank you for logging on. Thank you for tuning in. Today's show is brought to you by Berries by Keisha, specializing in gourmet chocolate-covered strawberries. For more information, log on to berriesbykeisha.com. Now, with that being said, today's topic: Cleveland officer who fired 49 shots into a car of two unarmed citizens was found not guilty in their deaths. Now, as of this recording, 71 protesters have been arrested. Now, the streets are returning to calm after police arrested dozens of demonstrators over the weekend. Protests grew increasingly aggressive in the wake of the patrolman's acquittal in the deaths of two unarmed black suspects. In total, 71 people arrested, including several who turned their anger toward bystanders in downtown Cleveland. Police Chief Calvin Williams said someone picked up a restaurant sign and hit a patron in the head, and other protesters used pepper spray on passersby and restaurant patrons sitting at an outdoor cafe. Mayor Frank Jackson thanked the vast majority of protesters who remained peaceful and respectful as they voiced their frustration with Saturday's verdict. Now, Officer Michael Brelo, age 31, faces administrative charges while remaining suspended without pay after he was found not guilty on 2 counts of voluntary manslaughter, but he no longer faces the prospect of prison. The anxious city now awaits a decision on criminal charges against a white officer in the fatal shooting of a 12-year-old black boy that had a toy gun, a pellet gun. Many people remember that. Melissa Williams and Timothy Russell were the 2 citizens that were killed by the police officer who, as I said earlier, fired 49 shots that night. But it was the final 15 fired into the windshield while he stood on the hood of Russell's car that led to his indictment and a 4-week trial. He faced up to 22 years in prison if convicted on both accounts. Now, let's understand this. He stood on the hood of the car and emptied his gun. I guess people are going to say he was in fear for his life. This is crazy. The shooting helped prompt an investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice that concluded Cleveland police had engaged in a pattern and practice of excessive use of force and violations of people's civil rights. This is clearly a example of that. Jackson said that protesters were encouraged to continue expressing their opinions as long as they stayed peaceful. Williams said police only moved in on Saturday when things got violent and people refused to disperse. The protests erupted as authorities worked to complete the investigation into Tamir Rice's shooting, the findings of which will be given to the prosecutor's office to decide whether to pursue criminal charges in that case. This just goes to show what the evidence does not mean that you're going to get the conviction. Here in Baltimore, of course, charges pending, an indictment has been handed out in the death of Freddie Gray. So it's just a sad situation. A lot of residents speaking out, LeBron James included, hoping that people stay peaceful in the wake of this severe case of injustice. Let me know your thoughts, of course, on Instagram and Twitter at The Diamond K Show. And as always, at RadioOnFire.com. I will see you guys next time.